Known as the Venice of America due to its extensive canal system, Fort Lauderdale has long been a popular holiday destination and is particularly famed for its beaches and boats. The coastal city's sun-kissed sands, warm weather, and pounding nightlife used to just attract students on spring break, but tourists and families now come to enjoy its many tourist attractions too. While lounging on the beach, taking a cruise, and enjoying fun water sports are always fun things to do in Fort Lauderdale, it also has thriving art, culture, and entertainment scenes. So here's the list of 10 best things to do in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 1. Bonnet House Museum and Gardens. Listed on the National Register of Historic Places and designated a Fort Lauderdale landmark, Bonnet House Museum and Gardens is a mix of art, architecture, history, and ecology. The historic house was designed by Frederick Clay Bartlett and built in 1920. On display are collections of art and personal treasures. The estate covers 36 acres and was once the winter retreat of the Birch/Bartlett family. The surrounding grounds of the estate remain a virtual oasis of coastal wilderness, nestled amid the commercial development of the Fort Lauderdale beachfront. Containing 5 ecosystems, the grounds serve as a barrier island habitat that includes a beach, dunes, a maritime forest, freshwater slough, and delicate mangrove wetlands. Number 2. Fort Lauderdale beaches. The main thing to do in Fort Lauderdale, however, is to visit its beach, regularly ranked among the best in the country. Stretching over 6 miles, it boasts brilliant white sands, gently waving palms, and epic views over the ocean. Aside from lounging on the picture-perfect beach, locals and tourists can enjoy fun water sports, which include jet skiing, snorkeling, scuba diving, and many others. Bordering the beach are countless restaurants, bars, and hotels. The delightful promenade is also a treat to cycle or stroll along while taking in the lively yet laid-back ambience. In addition, its strip offers fantastic nightlife and entertainment with its numerous nightclubs and music venues packed during spring break. Number 3. Hugh Taylor Birch State Park. Located a few blocks north of the Bonnet House Museum and Gardens, Hugh Taylor Birch State Park's position between the Intracoastal Waterway and the Atlantic Ocean makes it a fun locale for all types of travelers. Those looking to get out on the water can canoe or kayak in the largest of the park's coastal dune lakes. Adventurers who want to get their adrenaline pumping can bike along the nearly 2-mile paved park drive. Meanwhile, visitors who prefer to explore by foot can hike the coastal hammock trail, which snakes through a native maritime tropical hardwood hammock ecosystem, one of the last of its kind in Broward County. Fishermen can make a catch at the seawall, while birders can look for 250-plus species that live in and regularly grace the park. Number 4. Olas Boulevard. Running through the center of downtown is Fort Lauderdale's most famous and popular street, the lively Olas Boulevard. Lined by a host of shops, restaurants, and art galleries, it is the heart and soul of the city, attracting locals and tourists alike. What was once a dirt track just over a century ago now stretches from the serene sands of Las Olas Beach to happening areas packed with upmarket boutiques, bistros, and bars. On the way, it passes over the glinting waters of the Intracoastal Waterway and past glitzy mansions and sparkling yachts. As well as superb shopping and dining, Olas Boulevard is also known for its nightlife and has many great clubs, theaters, and music venues to check out. Number 5. Everglades National Park. Who has yet to hear of the Florida Everglades? This beautiful national park is famed for its underwater scenery, and while it may not be one of the things to do in Fort Lauderdale, it's an absolute steal of a day trip. The natural park is famed for everything crocs, manatee, and bird life related, and you can tour the Everglades by boat with rangers to get a more immersive and educational experience. What are the Everglades exactly? Essentially, they're just a flooded grassland. However, as the national park covers over 2,300 square miles of land in southern Florida, it dramatically affects the state's environment. It is also the largest Everglades in the world. You can even spot the Florida panther there, so keep your eyes peeled and bring binoculars. Number 6. Jungle Queen Riverboats. Jungle Queen Riverboats was one of the most renowned cruises in the world, and I had the privilege of experiencing it firsthand. The journey began back in 1935 when the riverboats first embarked on their voyage up the New River in Fort Lauderdale. Since then, these remarkable vessels have been operating continuously, offering visitors an unforgettable sightseeing adventure along the picturesque river. As I stepped aboard the riverboat, I couldn't help but be mesmerized by the breathtaking views that unfolded before me. From the vantage point of the water, I had a unique opportunity to absorb the beauty of the local surroundings. The gentle ripples of the river and the lush greenery lining its banks created an enchanting atmosphere that transported me to a different world. During my excursion, I discovered a variety of packages tailored to suit different preferences and schedules. Whether you desired a leisurely cruise or an extended exploration, Jungle Queen riverboats had the perfect option for you. Number 7. Museum of Discovery and Science. The Museum of Discovery and Science is home to permanent and rotating exhibits and programs that will entertain and educate the whole family. You can meet dinosaurs and look at real fossils in the Prehistoric Florida exhibit or explore present-day Florida's ecosystems, including a look at one of the largest living coral reefs on display. Both the Storm Center and the Wall of Wind explore hurricanes and their effect on all aspects of life. Immersive experiences include the Everglades airboat adventure and a variety of nature and feature films at the IMAX Theater. Other exhibits include the eco-conscious singing robot Harry the Heap, who talks about recycling, the Keller Science Theater, with live demonstrations, and a 2-story otter habitat. There is also a dedicated Discovery Center for children under 7 years old to play and learn. Number 8. Flamingo Gardens. Found just to the west of Fort Lauderdale in Davie, visiting Flamingo Gardens is one of the coolest things to do in Fort Lauderdale. This 60-acre botanical garden and wildlife sanctuary is truly a unique experience and unlike any other garden you've been to. Over in the botanical garden, you'll find diverse collections of plant life, from the orchid collection with thousands of orchid varieties to the tropical rainforest and wetlands area, a 50-acre area accessible by the narrated tram tour. In the wildlife sanctuary, you'll meet alligators, river otters, and of course, flamingos, as well as a litany of other animals across several exhibits. You can also head into the Ray Home Museum, one of the oldest residences in Broward County that today can show you the area's history. Number 9. Broward Center for the Performing Arts. One of the main venues to visit in the hugely popular Riverwalk Arts and Entertainment District is the marvelous Broward Center for the Performing Arts. Home to 4 fantastic theaters, it puts on everything from plays and operas to ballets, concerts, and community events. Since opening in 1991, it has played a huge part in the city's cultural life with its scintillating shows and performances attracting locals and tourists alike. While the large Ornate Theater hosts major productions, the other more intimate venues showcase dance groups, choirs, and jazz nights. As the huge multi-venue performing arts center holds over 700 events each year, it is one of the best places in Fort Lauderdale to enjoy some unforgettable entertainment. Number 10. Historic Stranahan House Museum. Situated just off Olas Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, the historic Stranahan House Museum is Fort Lauderdale's oldest structure with a storied past. Frank Stranahan, an Ohio businessman, moved to Florida in the early 1890s and is considered to be Fort Lauderdale's founding father. He built Stranahan House in 1901 for use as a trading post and community hall. It later transitioned into a private residence for Stranahan and his wife, Ivy, and was renovated between 1913 and 1915. After Stranahan's untimely death in 1929 during an economic crisis, Ivy Stranahan rented out rooms of the home and leased the lower floor to a few restaurants. After her passing in 1971, the house was left to the Seventh-day Adventist Church and then purchased by the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society in 1975. The organization restored the house between 1980 and 1984 and opened it to the public later that year as the historic Stranahan House Museum. Number 11. Butterfly World. Butterfly World, the largest butterfly house on Earth and the first of its kind in the United States, has been in business since 1986 and is home to more than 20,000 live butterflies. The 3-acre attraction was the brainchild of Ronald Bonder, a former electrical engineer with a fascination for raising butterflies. He is also known for starting the Bring Butterflies Back campaign in 1988, which led to the creation of thousands of new butterfly habitats and an increase in butterfly populations across North America. Today, visitors of Butterfly World can not only interact with more than 50 butterfly species at any one time, but also admire tropical birds and feed lorikeets. This Coconut Creek attraction, located about 15 miles north of downtown Fort Lauderdale, is a great place to bring children. Number 12. NSU Art Museum. The NSU Art Museum in Fort Lauderdale is a modern, unique three-story building in the city's upscale Los Olas neighborhood. It features more than 7,000 works of art in its permanent collections, including significant exhibits focusing on the work of multicultural and female artists, Latin American and Cuban art, and African and Oceanic tribal arts. The NSU Art Museum has recently come into possession of over 100 items from the collection of David Horvitz and Francie Bishop Good. Highlights include works by Cecily Brown, Catherine Opie, and Kiki Smith, among many others. The museum also offers educational programming and hosts special events and traveling exhibits year-round. Number 13. Sawgrass Mills. Home to numerous shops and stores, Sawgrass Mills is one of the largest outlet malls in the States. Lying half an hour's drive to the west of downtown, it is the perfect place to shop, till you drop, and also has countless coffee shops, eateries, and restaurants. Since opening in 1990, the already massive complex has expanded considerably and now includes over 350 name-brand stores and outlets. Its endless array of shops sell everything from high-fashion items and beauty products to home accessories, sporting equipment, and electronics. Stop by exclusive outlets such as Burberry and Gucci, or anchor stores like Burlington and Primark. Grab a coffee or bite to eat, or head to see a film at the cinema. Number 14. Fort Lauderdale Antique Car Museum. I also had the opportunity to visit the remarkable Fort Lauderdale Antique Car Museum. This captivating museum, conceived by the visionary Arthur O. Stone, boasted an impressive collection of vehicles from the renowned Packard Motor Company. As a vintage car enthusiast, I couldn't resist the allure of this attraction. Stepping inside, I found myself surrounded by an extraordinary array of automobiles that spanned the decades from 1900 onwards. It was a mesmerizing sight, witnessing the evolution of automotive engineering and design unfold before my eyes. The museum proudly showcased 22 Packard cars, each a testament to the craftsmanship and innovation of the era. These vintage vehicles exuded a timeless charm, their polished exteriors and meticulously preserved interiors capturing the essence of a bygone era. The last word. So guys, this was the best list of things to do in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to the city are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. It is no secret that Fort Lauderdale is one of the best places to visit in Florida, aka the gorgeous Sunshine State. Fort Lauderdale's reputation comes from many factors. One is its scenic canal system, which you can explore by gondola and soon see why Fort Lauderdale is often nicknamed the Venice of America. The canals all link up to New River, a tidal estuary. They are perfect for water sports or a guided tour by gondola. Greater Fort Lauderdale is a total metropolis too, with some of the best restaurants in Florida and tons of more formal attractions. And that's not to mention the beaches. So if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Tripoyer is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to visit in the USA. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icons for the latest upcoming travel videos. Bye bye, see you.